am I supposed to? I think I said it wrong. Y'all know I don't know. When I know you're somewhere. Listen, Erica Badu. Erica Badu, baby. You in the hood now, baby. Do y'all remember that Old Navy commercial that Little Kim did? Do y'all remember that? Or is it just me who remembers? Or is it just me? Okay, listen. Listen, Linda, Linda, listen. Listen, we're going to talk about Pete Hegseth is going to be thrown under the bus by the Trump administration. They're already lining him up. We have to talk about Tyler, the Creator, Drake, Cardi B are winning. They're winning. Y'all said y'all wasn't listening to them. All those think pieces, all those hit pieces people were doing, lies. I told y'all the girls love to lie about basic things. I told y'all before, don't believe the people on the internet. They will lie to you. They'll say, oh, we're not watching. We're not subscribing. We're not buying. And the whole time they bought and subscribed and they sent some for their friends too. Just terrible. Just terrible. I'm so disappointed because y'all told me Cardi B was a flop. Y'all told me. I'm just telling y'all what y'all said. Y'all told me Drake was a nobody. He was over. It's looking like he's very much active. It's looking like Tyler, the Creator, is very much active. It's looking like Cardi B is very much active. It's looking like y'all be sneaking and listening because I've seen these Spotify and Apple wrap-ups. Yeah. Yeah. We got to talk about Kandi, and of course, we got to talk about these celebrity blogger relationships and why they will never work. Yeah. That being said, hey Couture Bays, it's your girl Britt going live with the Bree Talk and Bay Squad. We have to talk. Now, before we get started, let's like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can get all the updates and alerts. And remember, opinions are not facts. Everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or my faith, the vegan water, and let's get into the mess. How you can like this video is by double tapping the screen or hitting those three dots. Thumbs up, thumbs down, share, and subscribe if you like the vibe. How you can engage with this video is by hitting those three dots right there. How you can hype this video is hitting those three dots right there. And how you can send monetary support is by hitting those three dots right there. I appreciate it all. Thank you in advance. Shout out to all the international and domestic bays. Without y'all, this would not be possible. That being said, let's get into the mess. Let's get into the mess, honey. Let's get into it. So we're going to start off with Kandi and Todd because let me tell you something. Essence Magazine, messy. Y'all be talking that ish about the girlies, about us content creators. Not all content creators are created equal. Some of us actually do real good job. And then there's others. It is what it is. Hey, Clutching My Pearls, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Hello. Hey, Erica Sanders, please get the likes up. So it says, Kandi, Todd, and the burden of black women breadwinners. From established career women to rising stars, ambitious women often encounter resistance and mixed signals from those they love. This was written on December 2nd. Y'all know I love me a good article. If the news of Kandi and Todd divorcing wasn't already sad enough, it looks like things between the two could take a complicated turn. Per Us Weekly, while we were getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner last Wednesday, Tucker was responding to Boris's divorce petition and requested primary custody of their two children, Ace and Blaze. In addition, he questioned their prenuptial agreement which his legal team says he was pressured into signing right before they were married in April of 2014. Regarding the petition surrounding their children, Tucker noted that they are with him in Georgia while Burris is out of state working. That includes her latest Broadway stint in New York City, starring in Juliet from December to March. Ooh. And that Work will continue to require her to be away from the children for at least the next several months, which is not a good looking course. We talked about that before, and we talked about it in our previous video about how Kandi will be paying Todd. As the prenuptial agreement, which was a hot topic of discussion during the Stars days on Bravo, his team says the agreement was issued without Tucker's lawyer present. Despite the knowledge, Burr's counsel presented the final agreement to Tucker for signature immediately before the wedding ceremony without any notice to or consultation with Tucker's team, who has been significantly engaged in negotiation process. These circumstances raise substantial questions concerning the enforceability of said document. Nevertheless, Tucker remains committed to working in good faith to resolve the matter amicably and privately to the extent possible, which means if he does not get what he wants, he's not going to work with Kandi to have the divorce document sealed. Oh my God. Part of the counterclaim in the divorce is for a division of all marital assets in the 11 years of marriage, both real, personal, tangible, intangible, between the parties. My God, Kandi. See what marrying down gets you? But y'all said love is love. It's not looking like love is love now, huh? It could get ugly, but it's already kind of ugly on social media, just not between the estranged spouses. In a short time burst this file, there has been a mixed bag of feelings about the couple's breakup. Most people were caught off guard by the news, saddened. Others, though, have been pulling through videos from over the years of conversations between Burr's, Tucker, and sometimes including her friends, glam team members, to point possible signs that they were bound to get tricky at home. I used to date somebody back in the day, and the MF catered like I was a billionaire, but it was just something that they enjoyed doing for me, Tucker said in one of the videos when speaking on the topic with his wife and her friends on what it takes for a woman to cater to men. So he been telling her, oh, okay, he been telling her. She worked like anybody else. She had a child, but she would cook. She would cook in her panties. He added, as though trying to send a message. And yet, as Burris noted, he didn't stay with this woman. Another example was his strong feelings about a woman on Boris's team being gifted an expensive piece of jewelry by a man she considered a friend whom she had not been intimate with. That's stupid as F, he replied. He's your friend. You don't deserve a tennis bracelet. What have you done for a tennis bracelet? Baby, the signs were there. The signs were there. The signs were there. Is it taking me to the clip? Oh, I don't have TikTok. I was hoping it would play. Babe Squad. It's right there. So they have all the clips of them discussing these things. She is crazy. He's discussing this in front of her, and she said nothing because she loves a broke-ass man. Speaking of showing appreciation and interest, in another clip, he noted behaviors that were... No, I know the internet did not just go out on me. Oh, that's because I hit the wrong. That was an ad. Oh my God. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. There we go. Speaking of showing appreciation and interest, in another clip, he noted behaviors that were indicative of top-tier treatment and what's not. We chilling. You don't pour a ninja no drink. You don't offer no meal, no sandwich. Kandi was over there being a breadwinner and still having to do all these things. He wasn't satisfied. Can we get the likes up? In other clips surfacing, specifically on TikTok, Tucker shares viewpoints regarding how women should show up for men. His belief is that some women see themselves as the prize. Hell, so does he. If her single friends wanted to be taken seriously, they needed to cater. It didn't matter what they had going on. But how does that mindset translate within a marriage? Especially if you're very successful, very ambitious, and very wealthy, and a very wealthy wife of a man who thinks like this. See, that's the problem. She married this man thinking like this. Let's get down to it. When you come back, you book every hour that you have. It just doesn't make sense, he remarked. He was jealous of her. This is proof he was jealous. He loved spending her money. He didn't like her working. And so many black women who are successful have been in these positions, right? You know, you have these men who will literally get out here and say the strangest things, right? I can't believe she married this man, this man, this man, this a simp, da 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 da. But those men were of equal or better value. They weren't judging these women for being ambitious, career driven, goal oriented, so that way they can keep the funds coming in, bringing something to this imaginary table y'all talk about and debate about every 3 to 5 business days. So the fact that Essence Magazine wrote this thesis statement about how black women who are career oriented, goal operating, driven, and be marrying down is insane. That is a problem. And I know I said Todd is going to get the money, but I'm somebody who understands the court of law. Now, how much money he's going to get, I don't know, but he can very well prove he was under duress. He can prove that, excuse me. He can prove he's the primary guardian of the children. She allowed him to coin daddy daycare. She allowed herself to be made the fool like she didn't know what was going on with the children. On not only national TV, on social media. She didn't want to listen to Mama Joyce. She didn't want to listen to Riley. She didn't want to listen to her aunties. She didn't want to listen because Kandi is the type of person, because I have the money and I can buy everybody up in here, that her word is gospel. She thinks because she's a hot bitch with low self-esteem, low self-worth, that she couldn't fathom in her mind Todd would take her for her money. When somebody presented, because Natalie came at the right time. Natalie didn't come just to bust Kandi's bubble. It just so happened. She's like, wait a minute. I know who Todd is. And Todd knew who she was. Todd knew who she was. Todd has been on video recording saying Kandi wasn't his type. Women like Kandi never learn, so you just gotta let them do them to the fullest. So to her friends, please reach out to her. She is the strong friend because she was out here operating like she was a man. Because she put herself in weird situations. She still carries some type of burden and guilt for getting pregnant by a married man and that married man not choosing her. Let's really talk about it. Kandi needs therapy. She don't need to continue to work and work and work and work. That's not going to fill whatever void she has going on, because she was real comfortable ostracizing Riley for a second. If y'all go back and watch season 7 after they was already married, when she was pregnant, look at how she was operating. It was Mama Joyce who had to bring her down to reality. That was just crazy to me. Yes, I agree. He was taking care of those kids while she was constantly working. And she was the only one bringing in the money. He was just swiping the visas, baby. I can't get mad at somebody because they hit a lick. I told y'all that. Todd hit a lick and the lick was Kandi. Crazy. And she won't raise like that. I know Mama Joyce didn't raise her like that. He didn't even like the fact that she gave Mama Joyce her other house. Y'all remember that? Because I do. Child, this internet is taking forever. So let's just get into Pete Hegseth. So Pete Hegseth, with his wild, rambunctious behind, is going to be thrown under the bus. MAGA don't give a damn about Pete. P is going to be out here by himself. Mark my words. Y'all don't believe me? The fact that they're already done the investigation, saying that he was leaking information, he spewed out classified information to unauthorized persons. He's throwing an beloved admiral under the bus, baby. The way these congressional leaders are rallying around the admiral over PXF speaks volumes. I keep telling y'all, if you gonna do dirt, you need a shark. You need some sharks or some people on some demon time that can protect the set, because we should never be seeing the things that we are seeing now. I think it was Donald Trump, the POTUS, and Marco Rubio, and he falling asleep at the table. Y'all did all that hoopla, that crying, complaining, talking about Joe Biden is too old. Joe Biden is too old. And y'all voted in an old white man who the people are saying has dementia. I'm not saying that. The girlies with the degrees is saying that. There's a content creator, he's like real big, saying Donald Trump has dementia. Pete Hexet, they are going to blame you. You're the one who's been in the military with some form of military experience. But this is why it's important for you to have what? The credentials, the background, the understanding. This man went from being in the National Guard, no offense to the National Guard, shout out to y'all, to going to be a newscaster, an anchor, news analyst. Now he's the Secretary of War. He's spilling the secrets. He's over there causing war crimes in Venezuela. Venezuela, if they want to, which I believe they will, is going to partner with our ops because they out here terrorizing their good people. Inflation is up. The dollar is down. Y'all said y'all was making America great. Y'all said y'all were making America great. There is no money coming in. The farmers are crying, begging for money they don't have. The AI bubble is about to burst. And y'all want to cause war with Venezuela as if they have not been in cahoots with people we deem are opposition. This is what happens when you just put some regular degglers off of the street in positions of power. And I keep telling y'all, I am not the biggest fan of a lot of people, but I tell you what, when Colin Powell was in there, when General Petraeus was in there, when you had General Ordinero up in there, when you had a Hillary Clinton, a Winston Churchill, a Nancy Pelosi, a Condoleezza Rice, a Dick Cheney. You know, you have to have somebody with not only a poker face, somebody who is going to, we don't negotiate with terrorists. The fact that the admiral stepped down because Pete didn't have his back, and then the congressional leaders came up and blasted Pete Hexet, baby, you're in danger. You are in danger. Cash Patel's in danger. Baby, y'all are about to get fired. Mark my words. When the new year hits, it's going to be a lot of shakeups because they're sitting there and they're looking. And where is JD Vance? Where is our vice president? Y'all did all that crying and complaining about Kamala Harris. We ain't seen JD Vance this entire time this debacle has transcended. What is happening? Why is this happening? You got ABC News reporting, video Pentagon declares total exoneration of Pete Hegseth and signal flap. This is the third time he's had a signal mishap. They setting him up for remember when Steve Bannon said, "Oh, we're all going to prison." They're setting him up. They're setting him up. The Defense Department's Inspector General office concluded that Hegseth's decision to relay the details of the pending strike in a commercial messaging app risks putting troops in danger. This is who's in the position of power. This is who they think is just, I don't know what they got going on at this point. Because, baby, it's wild.
Daryl, a new Pentagon watchdog report finds that Secretary Hegseth risked endangering U.S. troops by relaying this information about that strike in March over the Signal app. It's been referred to as Signalgate. But the report says that he has the authority to declassify information. The Pentagon says it's a total exoneration of Hegseth. What do you make about what we're learning?
The Secretary of Defense has historically had the ability to declassify, but declassifying is an actual process. And so he didn't go through that process clearly, as demonstrated in the press, as demonstrated by the IG report. So whether he was able to declassify it beforehand, which I think is doubtful, because this was an action that was going to happen over the next several hours. So I think that's specious argument at best.
All right, Daryl, Jay, we'll stay on the story, both parts of it. Thanks, guys. Daryl, a new Pentagon watchdog report finds it.
And people are so upset, but this is, child, this is what y'all love. Y'all love incompetent people. Y'all love incompetent people. That's what y'all do. Ooh, child. Kandi. Look at Todd. Todd is out here on your money to the lifestyle that child. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Baby, the girls be missing the plot. The girls be missing the plot. He out there on your dime. On a vacation while you losing your mind, talking about you tired of being the strongest person.
Look at the Pentagon watchdog report on the so-called Signalgate scandal. The news breaking right now. Sources telling us the Pentagon's Inspector General found that Secretary Pete Hegseth risked exposing classified information that could have endangered U.S. troops when he discussed a planned military strike in Yemen on the Signal app. Our senior Pentagon reporter, Louis Martinez, has been able to confirm this. What more are we learning, Louis?
Kara, the official report does not come out until tomorrow, but two sources familiar with the report confirmed to ABC News what you just said, that they concluded that Secretary Hegseth risked U.S. military personnel by exposing what was classified information that was classified by U.S. Central Command about an upcoming military strike against Yemen. He shared that information on the messaging app Signal, and he also included, as part of that group chat, his family, other close aides, and then unknowingly a reporter for The Atlantic, who then made the situation public. Now, the Inspector General concluded that the information that Hegseth had put on Signal was so sensitive that it risked American lives if it got out, and it also said that it could have. It also said that Hegseth declined to be interviewed in person for the report. One of the things that he did do is that he did provide them with a statement where he said that he has the power to classify and declassify information, and that he was well within his rights to have done so. But at the same time, he also insisted that to the Inspector General that the information that was placed in the chat by him was not sensitive and it would not have put troops at risk, and that is something that the Inspector General rejected outright.
All right, we'll wait to see the actual report. Louis Martinez, thank you.
That is so crazy. That is so crazy, but I'm not shocked by anything. The Brawleys are shocked, not me.
I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to help. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. we could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
The poor Somalians, you know, they voted for this though. I remember the press conference like it was just yesterday. They said Somalians for Donald Trump. And look at how he's talking about your country. You know, he said y'all stink, y'all are dirty, y'all are welfare queens. Wow. The jokes write themselves. And who gonna check them? And who gonna check them? And who gonna check them? While y'all was sitting out there saying, come on, and y'all was like, talk about Somalia, talk about Somalia. I said, not the Somalians in the Midwest. Not the ones who did the press conference saying that they were voting for Donald Trump. Now some issues happening. I thought we cared about the good Christians. I thought we cared about the good Christians. Let me find out we don't care about the good Christians. Do I still got that video? Y'all know I keep me a video, honey, for educational purposes. Do I still got that video about Africa? Because the girlies tried to tell me it's about Christianity. You hoes can't even say Psalms and talk about some Christianity. Please, oh please.
Trump threatening military intervention of Nigeria is really about access to Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, the alliance of Sahel states. This is going to be an intervention on behalf of France. Ever since Niger nationalized its uranium assets, the same uranium that France was stealing to run its nuclear reactors, to make itself a nuclear power, a superpower, Niger is asserting its own sovereignty over its natural resources, same as Burkina Faso, same as Mali with its gold, Burkina Faso with its gold and other resources. So this is making NATO very nervous. Countries like Ivory Coast have expelled French troops from their country, Chad as well. Also, Senegal as well kicked out French troops. Remember, West Africa is where France gets all of its power from. Without total domination, subjugation, and sabotage of West African states, France has absolutely no power. It is toothless. Right now, 14 West and Central African countries use
Hold on. It's loading.
something called the CFA franc. It is a currency that is attached to the French franc at first and now the euro. And these 14 countries are required to pay half of their foreign exchange reserves paid back into the French treasury. And if these countries
say now.
Also remember that Abuja in Nigeria is the seat of ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States. This is a regional economic bloc that...
Come on. It's loading. I love a good...
seeks to put all of these West African states under the control of the African Union and, by extension, the European Union. That is why you will find that the people of Nigeria are the very last to benefit from the resources of Nigeria because of economic blocs that do not favor the prosperity of African people like ECOWAS. And so Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, is very disgruntled that the alliance of Sahel states of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso want to exit ECOWAS, have actually exited from ECOWAS. They
Y'all hear that?
do not want to be under the yoke of imperialism any longer. So this is all about France losing its grip and viability as a world superpower. So America wants to intervene on its behalf.
But y'all just heard he said he didn't want nothing to do with Somalia. I thought we cared about the good Christians. What happened to caring about the good Christians?
Trump threatening military intervention of Nigeria.
I just want to know. Baby, the jokes write themselves. So let's get into the top 3. We got to get into Tyler, the Creator. He is the top music person of 2025. Drake is the most streamed Apple Music Spotify artists, and then you have Cardi B is number one. All the problematic girls is in y'all top 10. I was looking at it because I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm looking at everybody's rap and it was Drake, 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 Drake. I thought y'all said y'all wasn't listening to Drake. Cardi, Cardi, Cardi. I thought y'all said y'all wasn't listening to Cardi. Tyler, Tyler, Tyler. I thought y'all said y'all was. See, I gotta stop listening to y'all. I can only believe what my eyes see. I can only believe what my eyes see. I do not believe what y'all tell me. I do not believe what y'all type to me because y'all lie to me all the time. Aren't y'all tired of lying to me? I told y'all this is a safe space. This is a safe space. Y'all don't have to lie to Kiki Bays. I understand. I understand. I understand. It the trending thing to say is I don't fuck with Cardi B. I know that's trendy. But guess who we did not see in the top 10? You know what I also noticed? I said y'all was doing all this, black like that. I see Tyler, y'all was the thesis statements, the dissertations, the thoughts and analysis, the critiques, y'all pulling it up, bow, 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 bow. Y'all was at his concert, the festival, singing his songs word for word. And it wasn't just white people. I said, and shout out to Tyler's team. Tyler made sure he recorded all y'all black asses out there. Get them too. Get them too. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I knew it. I told somebody, I said it a few months ago. Y'all don't really be supporting y'all faves like y'all say y'all do. Y'all be stands until it's time to buy the music. Y'all be talking all that this person can rap, that person can rap, but Ice Spice was in the top 10. Icy Spicy was in the top 10. Y'all gonna start listening to me because I said it from the start. I said, hey, this person is high. You know, they got good music. They out here, boom, boom, boom. They not high. They not high. They lame. Da, da, da. I can't tell they lame because y'all are listening to it. Y'all are listening to it. I knew my ears didn't deceive me. I said, oh my God, Drake is da da da. Drake fell off. Drake ain't itch. Drake is boo, boo, boo. He's in your top though. A lot of y'all were bar pages with your raps, and I'm like, not you listening to the ops. And these wasn't I'm just occasionally listening. Y'all was listening. Y'all was listening. Y'all was in there whopping it up. Magnet. Pretty and paid. Pretty and petty. Dead. Y'all know the lyrics. Y'all know it bar for bar because the queen of rap, who was not in the top 10, was over there knowing it too. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I knew y'all was over there listening. I said, these hoes love to lie. Y'all don't have to lie to kick it. Y'all don't have to lie to kick it because y'all just expose yourselves. Y'all expose yourselves every year, but this year specifically, I knew it. I was like, Megan Thee Stallion is a flop. The flop is in the top 10. The top is in the flops is in the top 10. Y'all, then the think pieces. Oh, that's because the concert wrapped up. Oh, it's because the album. There's no album. That's crazy because when other people didn't have albums, they were still wait. Drake didn't drop that. Okay. Yeah. Tell me more. I love this. I love this. I love this. Tyler, the creator, he hates black women. He hates black people. He's anti-black. Y'all was out there bar for bar, rapping his lyrics. The new, not the old. I said, and I said, gagged. Gagged. The girls can lie to y'all. I'm not lying. They was over there listening. They was listening to Am I the Drama, Chromatica. They was listening to Drake, all of Drake. I told y'all, we went through it. Did we go through it a few months ago? Where I said all of Drake albums are in the Billboard? All of them? I don't even know what that's about. I don't even know what that's about, but they're all in there. Drake isn't my choice, but he has a lot of hits and music in general. He's going to always be on top because of his expansive catalog. See, I respect that. I respect that. See, you're giving honest dialogue. There's people who are out here lying. I'm not listening. And then we see their Spotify wrap up. And I'm just like this. Interesting. I do listen to Icy Spicy when it comes on. Drake #1 on my list. I listen to Megan. Look, I'm just like this, like the girls is editing their tops. Not y'all editing. It's funny to me. Shout out to the girls. I told y'all, I said everybody that I said was going to win, they were in the top 10 list. And they were on everybody's Spotify rap. Y'all better listen to mama, because I got good ears. These ears work for a reason. When you good to mama, mama's good to you. Anyways, let's get into these celebs and bloggers. So, if y'all do not know, there are several celebrities who are issuing out cease and desist because they had these situations with content creators. This is not the first. This will not be the last. And so many people were out there champion talking about wins for new media. This is not a win. Being sued by a celebrity who has more money than you, has a stronger team than you, who has the means to drag it out is not a win, especially if your name does not hold weight. I want to be clear when I say this. There's a reason why Nicole Bitchie's name still transcends in the algorithms because of her embodiment of work she put in. Despite her being sued, if she wanted to do celebrity news and gossip and all these other things, she could because she was #1. Let's be very clear. When it came to this blogger space, she was #1. Straight from the A was like #2. I'm just telling y'all how they racked and stacked them. Right? Being friends with a celebrity, if it's not financially beneficial, does nothing for you. And that's why I respect Michelle A.T. when she speaks about the intricate details of being friends with A-list celebrities, top tier socialites, and then being in the blogging space because she lived through it. She survived it. She survived the Kandi Burruss. She survived the Real Housewives of Atlanta drama. She survived, what was that man's name who was over B2K? She survived him, Chris Stokes. Being sued, going in and out of court. She survived. I think she's one of the handful that came out unscathed. A lot of the other girlies are scarred. Okay, the B. Scotts got sued by Viacom. Look what that did to B. Scott. B. Scott is still kind of like, but look what happened. He fell out with Kenya Moore. We don't hear from B. Scott anymore. Perez Hilton, he punched in the face by old boy from Will I Am. We don't really hear from him no more. Like, I think people get it twisted, or maybe they're conflicted. We have seen the best get sued. Tasha K got sued. Now, her friendships with whoever, hopefully that pays off. We won't know until next year. We'll see. We'll see next year, because people threaten her with lawsuits all the time, right? But I think it's weird that we're trying to make fetch happen. We do not need celebrities to call us new media. We've been calling ourselves new media since the beginning, since I was a review girl. Because we were bringing the latest, the greatest, the hottest, straight off the presses entertainment way faster, better, quicker, smarter than old media. The problem is a lot of these content creators want to sit beside the celebrities and still call themselves content creators. Y'all are seeking validation from people who are using you to curate the story in favor of them. Unless y'all know these celebrities, you grew up with these celebrities, I'm not understanding. There is no reason you should be treated like a Funky Dineva and an Armand Wiggins, hell, a T.S. Madison in this space. A Milagro Grams. There is no reason you should be having that going on. They came to you because they enjoyed your commentary. They liked your talking points. You did a couple bop bop, a 1, 2, 3 combo kick, and they like that. Keep it about the business. A lot of the girls get starstruck. They got stars in their eyes. The flashing lights is taking over, and hence why y'all are crying. That's why Jason Lee, every couple months out the blue, he gets mad at a celebrity because he feels like he's entitled to something. Because y'all be doing all that pandering, that whoring, and all that work for free. Y'all are their slaves. That's what it's given to me. That's how I see it. You doing all this for nothing. Slavery. Modern day slavery. That is the new frontier. Modern day slavery. Some of y'all do that with the content creators. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, okay. How is this beneficial to your brand? Is delivering the hottest, most exclusive. Why are we seeing the cracks in the surface? With you. The situation between Funky and Tamar never got to where it's at, and that's why he cannot transcend off of YouTube, because he has burnt so many bridges. And we don't even have to go down the list. He's burnt so many bridges. He feels like he's bigger than, but baby, you're still on YouTube. You're still on YouTube. You have not transcended from this YouTube seat to an Issa Rae project. You're not doing that. You have not transcended from YouTube to being the ultimate podcaster. You just haven't. Because if you look, the landscape is still the same. This is why I want to know, like, what are y'all getting out of these celebrity relationships, these socialite relationships? Tea? You can get your own tea. When you're at a certain point in your YouTube creator space, I feel like once you hit 100,000, the girls is giving you the information for free. But y'all want to go do the bidding of celebrities? Weird. Very weird, very strange. Does not make sense. The math is not mathing to me. That's why these celebrities feel like they can come into y'all space, because they are not coming into my space. Come into y'all space thinking they can get a pod, a mic, a camera, and hit live and do something. Because you make them comfortable to take your job. Because they're not taking mine. I have no interest in being friends with celebrities. I have friends. I know celebrities are users. I see how people, men and women, act when celebrities pay them an ounce, not even a full ounce of attention. Just look their way. I've seen it. I was saying this yesterday. I guess great minds think alike. Hello. It's so weird to me. And then the girls get up here crying. Y'all really gassed Milagro up to think she won, when in reality she lost. These news columns and things aren't saying her name. The news columnists aren't saying her name. She hasn't brokered deals. Y'all want to keep comparing this to Tasha K. It's not a Tasha K situation. See, Tasha K had 90% of the content creators rallying behind her because it was a Cardi B, a non-black woman. We seen things, we heard things. We thought that was unfair because what was her name? Star Marie got away. Y'all are really bending like Beckham, folding yourselves into pretzels to convince us that Megan is obsessed with Milagro. It never gave that. It never gave that. If Megan was obsessed with Milagro, Milagro would have been beat up. She would have been jumped. It's not like it's hard to find her in Houston. I could have pulled up on Milagro in Houston. Hence why I told one of the bays, ask her, do she want to meet in person? Because I'm not doing no internet games. I knew exactly where she was at. I didn't have to look for her. I didn't have to dox her. I didn't have to search. I didn't have to do any of that. I know people. I know people in high places. I have a picture with Jay Prince. I have multiple pictures with Jay Prince. I just posted the one. I be with the movers and the shakers. When I tell y'all I'm like that for real, I don't be telling y'all that just to be like, oh my God, I'm like that. I really like that. I move comfortably everywhere I go. So it doesn't make sense. Just like the situation with Funky Dineva. He is jealous. He needs to drag Tamar because he needs traction to his channel. He thought the traction would come from dragging not Mariah Carey, but Nick Cannon's children. It didn't do anything. He called Nick Cannon's other children that he has outside of Mariah Carey trash. He said they trash, went in, talked about them children and said Mariah Carey had to go with the children. I said, oh my God. Him talking about children didn't get nothing. It was him airing out Tamar for sleeping with Mendices off of her saying a former friend. That triggered him so much. Okay. Which part triggered you? Because you told us she paid for your birthday. Y'all love to let these people lie to y'all. That's why I said, you know, I just have to be, I've accepted that a lot of y'all just love to be lied to. and that's fine. That is fine. It reminds me of the Foxhole outburst. Not the Foxhole. Star Marie settled and Tasha K didn't want to settle. Star didn't get off. She wasn't talking about Cardi for years. Ooh. I only know Tyler by name. I don't know any of his music. I don't listen to Drake. And I hear his songs in passing on the radio. Cardi, I do listen to, but I consider myself an outsider. Thank you. I said the same. He runs the same play every few months. Like, it doesn't make sense. I thought we was off this Tamar thing. And that interview still didn't do numbers. That's why I said, y'all be letting people lie to y'all about just the craziest things. That's why I sit there. I'm always confused. I am always confused, especially when it comes to this content creator space, because I'm like, are they playing dumb for the camera? Because there's no way they believe that. And I let it go. I do. I just let it go because this celebrity content creator thing, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. If that person is just coming around, they want your light. See, y'all don't understand. Celebrities gravitate to the new. That's why they say you have to be ready for the flashing lights. Lady Gaga spoke about it. Kanye West spoke about it. Katy Perry talked about it. Miley Cyrus, Ariana Grande, like the girls who talked about it, they said when the light is on you, when it's on, the pressure is up. The pressure is getting worse. That's why Kandi is over there feeling it. And she's like, check on your strongest friends. Because now her business is out there and it's magnified. Now all these people is talking about her. They wasn't talking about her before, but now they really talking about her. Now all eyes are on her. And Todd is over there living his best life. He on the island, relaxing with her money. And y'all really believe these celebrities want to be your friend? Why? Why do you think that? Why do y'all think so low of yourselves? We are the prize. We are the mouthpiece of our thoughts and opinions on their situation. Nobody wants to hear their thoughts. Nobody wants to hear some curated statement. That's why they come to us. We're the gift and the curse because they love us when we praise them. They hate us when we have a critique. That's why I don't trust none of them. Some celebrities coming around, fishing around, acting like, oh, I'm so into you. Oh, okay, thank you. And I go about my day. I told y'all, I met celebrities. I told y'all, we was at the Warrior Spurs game, and they was talking about they seen me, watch me, the basketball player, somebody who's on TV getting $1 million deals talking about, I know you from YouTube. I was like, God, do he want a picture with me? He came over here talking about, please, a picture. Do y'all want a picture with me? The coach and his daughter took a picture with me. I don't know if they coached somebody. Somebody with some money because they had the real money. I told you I could find real money a mile away. Daughter was like, oh my God, I want to do YouTube. And I was like, yeah, please get the fuck out of here. Talking about some picture with them. I am the celebrity. We are the celebrities. Us. We tell people who's hot and who's not. Have y'all forgotten? Do y'all forget? We are the ones who told Daniel Caesar, don't you ever disrespect us, and bopped him down to size. He had to come back to us on bended knee. Fool out lying. And people still haven't forgave him. Please. Chrisette Michelle went through all that tumultuous things. And she said, please forgive me. We are the voice of media. It's not the white folk. They get the numbers because systematic oppression, please. But we are the curators. We say who's hot, who's not. We say what's in. We say what's out. We say, I like it. And it become a thing. Nobody else has that control like we do. So stop looking to these celebrities unless they're paying you. And if they're paying you, make them pay you 3 times what you're worth. That's all I'm saying. But what are your thoughts, Space Squad? What are your opinions? Comment down below. We gotta go. Bye, hoes.